You know, for better or for worse, I've learned a lot this month. And it's been a pretty hard stretch. It's not just this past month, to be honest. It's been this season filled with constant lessons and moments of humble, realization.
Like my style? Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos.
A lot of it is understanding that I'm not ready for certain things, and that's not necessarily just because I'm not capable of doing it. It's just there's certain life lessons that I need to overcome or learn, certain challenges I need to make right with, certain habits I need to let go of. And after doing all those things, I think I will be in a better position to balance and make a more healthy approach to my goals. So I've really been forced to experience a deeper sense of patience than I've probably ever known. I always thought I was a patient person, but I'm really having to wait at the moment. There's nothing wrong with waiting. There's nothing wrong with waiting. And I'm learning that it's not just a passive action. Like, you're waiting, but you're still actively working towards your dream. I don't know exactly if it's waiting until the right moment happens, or if it's waiting until the success finally, starts to materialize a bit more evidently. I still don't know that part because I don't think that I'm where I really want to be yet. So because of that, I'm still trying to make sense of it. I definitely have days where I'm wondering if all I'm doing is even getting me anywhere. But then I see sometimes, videos or even conversations I have that talk just on that topic. And so I'm not unique in that way. I'm not the first person to have thought that, to have doubted the process. So that gives me some hope, and some optimism that I maybe just need to hold on a little bit longer. Rome wasn't built in a day. I keep thinking, probably for these past few years especially, that maybe if I did, or maybe if I had reached the level of success in really any one of my goals earlier on, maybe I wouldn't have been able to handle it. Maybe what I needed was to be humbled deeply, to be exposed, and to really feel like I'm a fool before I could ever understand really what it means to be successful. I mean, I don't really know. I can't really confirm either way. I like to think that I have a good work ethic, but you know, who's to say in the grand scheme? And because so many of my goals are spread out across different areas, I have to be realistic and know that I'm trying to do a lot of things, and I probably won't succeed or reach a level of, you know, contentment in each area, and which I think is okay. But that's kind of a thing I have to come to terms with, because I'm so passionate and I love the idea of being, you know, high caliber in so many different fields. It's just so fun. It's not really about the money, but it's just about the humanistic aspect. Like, I just want to reach my potential. Like, a good example is recently I feel like I could be a gymnast, in the sense that I could move my body a bit more acrobatically, because I've experimented with that sort of thing, you know, years ago, and I learned how to do a backflip standing on the ground. I never could land it fully, and I would go to trampoline parks and stuff. I could do a lot of different types of flips on the trampoline, but you know, I've seen a lot of videos of like capoeira recently, and I feel like I was like, man, I think I could do that. Like, I'm not sure what it would cost, like my body, but you know. So the point is that, you know, I just have this ravenous hunger to experiment and to try to be good in a lot of different areas, and that is kind of maybe this ultimate life lesson that my character has to experience, which is maybe I will never reach a level of contentment in any of those areas, which is really frustrating. But I think the point of that is just to maybe just find contentment in the process itself. And again, I don't know if that's the key. I just, you know, I'm just trying my best. I'm just going for it. A lot of times I don't know what I'm doing, but I always try to do the little things if I can, and if I, you know, am on track. And when I say little things, I just mean like taking care of my body, taking care of my mind. I really tried to be careful about, you know, putting any sort of smoke in my lungs, and try my best to eat healthy, you know, to stretch every single day. Even if I don't exercise, I try to stretch, try to roll out, try to, you know, be around good people, all the basics. So it's like, worst case scenario, you know, at least I'm living a pretty quality life in most regards. So I'm grateful for that, and I think I can wake up with a lot of positive feeling at the least because of that. You know, I don't have to suffer too much on a daily basis just to get by. Although I have had extreme periods of financial hardship, which I'm in right now again, but you know, I've been fortunate enough to still have food on the table. I am coming to a close of a chapter. I have no idea where I'm heading in the next few days. Very little money in my pocket, but I still feel hopeful that I'm headed in hopefully a direction that will, you know, bring me some sort of positive feeling. Past that, I can't really say. I mean, I don't want to ask for too much because I feel like maybe I'm living in fantasy land. That's been a problem of mine for a long time. At least that's what part of me thinks. But there's another part of me that thinks that, like, me living in a more idealistic mindset, it does bring me a lot of precious moments. It's not about perfect. It's not about waiting until the best possible thing comes. It's like you have a set of values, you have a set of, ideals, and you try to let life adapt to that. I'm not trying to influence life that much. I'm just trying to, put my lock out there and hope that a key will come by and, match it. And I have felt at times that there's actually no wrong way to feel. And maybe my idealistic nature, as a human, is what life is about. Like, maybe, you're always covered by practicality. You're always, taking care of your bases. You're always meeting your needs. That's the practical side of life. But you're always hoping, you're dreaming, you're envisioning more. And it's not about the materialism. It's not just about having more stuff. It's about having a more fulfilling existence. And for me, there's certain things that would do that. Absolutely. Like, I really, really, really want to, have a good core group of people that I can, spend time with and maybe train with and, things like that. I'm still looking for it, but I'm hopeful that I could find it. Really, really, really want to live in my own place. And, financially, that kind of at times seems like it could happen. At times it seems like it'll never happen. And, that's what I'm kind of in right now. I really, really, really want to have a successful business. And, that's something that's very fleeting. Successful is even hard to define, but just one that could have an impact that is a bit more physical. I want to have, a site where people can come and, they can learn and they can recover. But it's going to take time. So I'm in that phase and I'm trying my best to be patient. Everything's kind of a waiting game. But at the same time, it's not like there's anything else to do. It's not like there's anything else going on. Life's just happening. And, in the meantime, I'm just learning how to enjoy the mundane, the humdrum, the more like DC baseline side of life. where it's a bit more, simple. You're enjoying the little things and you have your dreams, but it doesn't have to always be about what's coming up or what could be better, or sometimes just enjoying what you have. And that's a lesson that I'm okay with learning in this phase. I think it's good for me to experience it, and it might just be me waking up in that sense of that's actually how life is. So I guess in that sense I'm grateful, and still excited to see what's next in this upcoming chapter. So if you've made it to this point in the video, thanks for watching. And if you're in a particular phase, then hope you're able to find clarity and feel that you are understanding at least part of what you're going through, because otherwise it can feel very confusing if you don't know what is going on or why it's happening. So if that's the case, just try to look around and find clues, ask people questions, ask yourself questions, and then eventually, hopefully, something will reveal itself. And if not, just enjoy the process. Try your best to, make it the best that you can. So anyways, thanks for watching, and until the next one, take care and peace.